Carol here. Happy Tuesday. Hope everyone's hanging in there. I hope you're having fun with the art lessons, and if you have any comments or questions or suggestions, please let me know. If you have any ideas that you want me to do, I'm happy to take them and we can go from there. So today is National Crayon Day, and I thought it would be fun to just do something a little bit different. We've done flowers and bugs and rainbows. We did a cat, we did some scribble art, but what I would like to do is this crazy peacock. Came across this guy and I thought, oh, he's so cute, I want to do that. And I've never done a peacock, so I had to give it a try too. I used all crayon for this peacock, minus the Sharpie that you will use as well, or a marker to trace your pencil lines. But I used all crayon to color in my peacock, and he looks so bold and pretty, and that's what crayon can do. Crayon is awesome. It's one of my favorite tools in art, and it's so simple. So you need your crayons, you need a Sharpie or a black marker or a black crayon, and that's it, and a pencil. Okay, see you soon. Bye. Okay, here we go. So I'm going to use my Sharpie because it's easier for you to see when I draw, but I would recommend you use a pencil, and then a pencil with a good eraser, just in case if you make a mistake you can go back and erase it. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to look at our page as if it's in four different sections. So there's the top half, the bottom half, and then there's each side. So we're going to start somewhere about almost halfway, but a little bit below, and you're just going to draw a curve down that way, and then really close over here, and another curve down that way, and that's going to be our peacock's body. Okay, now we're going to go from this point right here, and we're going to draw up a nice long, and then you're going to curve over just like that. So it almost looks like a coat hanger, kind of like that. And then from here, you're going to start at the point, make another point, and make a nice long skinny neck, just like that. And there's your peacock's body. Pretty simple. And then inside that head, you're going to draw kind of like a tear shape like that. And then at the very tip of that tear, you're going to draw a little line for his beak. Okay, he's got a nice pointy beak. And then inside that eye, you're going to draw another little circle. And I'm going to color mine in because I have my Sharpie. Okay, now we're going to do the wings. So you're going to come down to the body, okay, and you're going to make one big, just like that. It's almost just kind of like a curve and then over. It's almost like a half of a U shape. And then we're going to do the same thing with this guy, just like that. Kind of looks like a turkey right now, but we know it's not a turkey. So then I'm going to draw, I think, one more little line inside here, just to give it a little bit more depth, just like that. Okay, and then the next thing we're going to do are his legs. Okay, he's going to have some long, skinny legs. So we're going to draw down like this, and then you're going to draw out, a little in, squiggle, squiggle, just like that, in for those skinny legs. It almost looks like a fork down there. So same thing, and then out, in, and then up. So you can see those skinny legs. So if you can't see, I'll get a little bit closer, just like that. Okay? And then the next thing we're going to do are his amazing feathers. So the first one that we're going to draw is up here. Actually, we need to draw his, the hair, like these little sprouty things that come up. So it looks like a spoon, kind of. So you go up and around and then down. Up and around and down, just like that. See? Those are his, you can see his hair up there, kind of. Or I'm not sure what that is actually called on a peacock, but I know they have them. Those might be part of their wings too. So the first wing we're going to draw is going to actually go straight up, right through these things right here. You see that line that I'm connecting behind it? You're going to go straight up and around to his head. you're going to come under his face and you're going to connect it down, just like that. He's going to have really big feathers, my peacock. Okay, and then this guy, the next one we're going to do is right here. Connect it down. And then we're going to do the one over here. Kind of try to find the same spot that you started at, okay? And we're going to start there too. So we're going to go up and around and down, just like that. These don't have to be perfect. Do not stress. We're going to draw another one on this side. Another one on this side. So I'm starting kind of in the center of the feather before, and you're going out and kind of in. You're going to go out and kind of in. They get a little bit smaller the lower you get, okay? And so I'm going to just do one more on each side just so it looks, then to me it'll look like it's more symmetrical, just like that. So he's a little off kilter, but that's okay. I still like him. So then there's your feathers. Now if you want to fix, in fact I'm going to actually fix this one because I want him to be more symmetrical. There we go. So the one that I originally found to imitate was left just like this. But I thought it would be fun to add a little bit of extra detail. Except for this up here. So in your feathers, you want to draw these circles like this. These are those beautiful eyes that look like eyes kind of on the peacock feathers. On my Instagram, I'll put some pictures of peacocks. You can also Google some pictures of peacocks so you can kind of see when you start to color. Maybe you want to look them up and see what kind of colors their feathers are and what colors their bodies are. But of course our peacocks are not totally realistic. These are just almost like cartoon drawings, but fun nevertheless. So down here I'm just drawing some, I guess you can call it grass, and I'm going to draw some little grass in the, these are little blades of grass, I guess, to add a little bit of detail to the picture. You can see I did that in mine that I already made. You can already see that. So then, on my peacock, I actually added some details. I went ahead and added some, I guess, little V's to my peacock, and then I added some wavy lines. I added a little stripes on his neck, which I thought was kind of cute. You can add anything you want in here. I did waves. It just kind of made me feel like those were his feathers on his body, instead of just making it plain, just like that. I thought that was kind of fun. And then as far as the design goes inside his feathers, that's entirely up to you. If you want to put stripes in there, you can. If you want to add the V's like I did, you can. You can do anything you want. So I'm going to leave mine plain, and then I'm going to start showing you a little bit of the coloring. So we're going to use crayon. What I did was, crayons are fun because you can blend them. So I'm going to use this turquoise color, and I'm going to also use this darker blue color. This is just indigo. So I'm going to color my peacock a little bit of indigo, just like that. And then I'm going to go back in with my turquoise and color right over it and kind of blend it a little bit. So he starts to kind of get this almost like a tie-dye effect, I guess you could call it. So I'm going to go ahead and just fill it in a little bit with this turquoise, and then I'm going to go back over it again with my indigo, so that he's not just one solid color, and you can kind of start to see how it starts to blend. Okay, and you can do that same type of thing on his wings. So, oops, there's my girl. She's always got to show herself. So now I'm going to go back in with my turquoise. And I'm pushing pretty hard because I want my crayon to be really bold and pretty. Okay? Just like this. Try to stay in the lines. And then I'm going to go back over it again with my indigo. So you have this really kind of mix of color, so you can really see how it's blending together. So I would do the same thing with the head. And then as far as the feathers, so I blended these. I did like a green and a blue and a purple, and then I just went over all of them with the same colors. I kind of mixed them all. But what I'm going to do this time is I'm going to use a little bit of a darker green this time, because I didn't really like that green that I used. I'm going to use a darker green, so it's a little bit more bold. This is a forest green. I need an evergreen. Here we go. So I have a broken crown, but that's okay. So I am going to just add some green, maybe along the edges of my peacock, just like this. Okay, just like that. So I'm just adding green along the edges. Really simple coloring. And if you want to just go ahead and stop at this point and you know what colors you want to do, you can. I'm just doing this for any extra ideas or help, or maybe you want to copy mine just as it is, because that's fine too. This one is obviously turning out even different than the first one I did, but that's okay. Okay, so now I'm going to go back over the green with that blue, that same blue that I did on his body, and I'm going to fill it in the middle, okay, and kind of blend that a little bit. And then I'm going to take that turquoise that I had before on his body, and I'm going to fill in the edge over here. I'm also going to go over the blue just to add a little bit of more interest. And there you go. Okay? So now I'm going to color these guys, and I want to make them purple because I want it to be a little bit different than the rest of the peacock. So I'm going to color the outside of the circle purple, and I think I'm going to color the inside of it like a light green maybe. Alright, yeah, I'm going to do the inside maybe this color green, so these really pop. You can also add in like a pink or like a lavender color. That's kind of fun too. For the wings, I probably would do the blue, the indigo that I'm using, and maybe the turquoise on the inside for a little bit of depth. There we go. And then I did his beak yellow and his little legs yellow. So I did these little legs yellow, which you can do too if you want. Just like that. And his beak. And then these guys, you can do the blue, the indigo, or you can make them completely different, like maybe purple, so they really stand out. Because I did these ones the same color as his body, and they kind of blend in, so maybe the purple is a better idea. And then as far as the background, I just I watercolored mine just because my hand was tired from coloring. But if you want to shade, if you want to just use a crayon to do some shading, you certainly can. You could just shade just like this, very light. You hold your crayon on the side and you can just shade it in. This is called Blue or Cadet Blue, so it almost looks like a grayish blue. I actually really like this color. So you can just fill in this part with a crayon, and then as far as the grass goes, same thing. You just take a crayon and you just do it really lightly. I'm going to use one of my twistables. You can do the same thing, just really light. You can keep the background light since your peacock is going to be super bold, because you're going to push a little bit harder than you normally would. But that's what's so fun about crayons. So today is National Crayon Day. That's why I'm choosing to use crayons today, not markers. I want to use crayons and just show you how cool you can make things with crayons. Okay, so go ahead and go on my Instagram or YouTube, and you can see, I'll post some pictures of peacocks to give you some examples, and have fun, okay? See you guys later.